Evening, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is the Stretford Sessions, the Man United podcast we bring you as part of the upper tier out there on YouTube. Joining me tonight for a match reaction, our resident referee, Mark. How are we, Mark?
How's it going, Cuz? Thanks for having me on.
Much happier tonight, I would imagine.
Yeah, big time. I think that game today, if that had been down the bottom of the table, Sky would have been saying it was a 6-pointer, a relegation battle. But just delighted to pick up the 3 points,
Felt like a top four eliminator, didn't it?
It did, yeah, it did. And like there were probably times today where the quality on the pitch didn't really kind of reflect our positions in the league. The quality at times wasn't great, particularly in the opening few minutes. But overall, we got the 3 points, and like I said, that's all that matters, especially with Spurs having the games in hand over us.
Yeah, I said it at the moment. Between the title race, the top four, and the relegation battle, once you get inside that kind of last 10 games, it's really only about getting the wins and getting the 3 points and ticking the matches off, basically.
Yeah.
Suppose we have to talk about Ronaldo. We've been heavy critics of Ronaldo on this podcast and on this show now for a good few months at this stage. But heck of a job today. He showed up, didn't he?
It looks like the week in the sun over Portugal done them the world of good. He looked on top form. Listen, I've been critical of him here the last while. I know Dazza and yourself and myself have said it about him, but he's putting a performance like he does every now and again to shut his critics up. And for a 37-year-old to score a hat-trick against the Spurs team, I don't care what team you're playing against, that's some achievement.
Yeah, absolutely, and three very different goals as well.
Listen, that first goal, and Fred to me was absolutely unreal today. I think if United had won 3-2, there was 3 different goal scorers. I think Fred would have got man of the match, but obviously because Ronaldo gets the hat-trick, he gets man of the match. The flick by Fred, but you're looking at Ronaldo 25, 30 yards out, whatever it is. Eric Dyer should have been out on him. He backs off Ronaldo's like happy days. Here we go, hits it. The technique is just unbelievable. Lloris has no chance, from the minute it leaves his foot, it's gone into the top corner, and it was a relief as well because, like I said, the opening 10 minutes weren't, it was open without both teams showing any quality. So it was nice to get the opener and take a bit of the pressure off then as well. So.
Yeah, I was looking at Dyer, and it's something that has crept in, isn't it, with this whole VAR thing and the handballs, where these defenders now, when they go out to defend the ball, they're putting their arms behind their back. And I'm thinking, it doesn't matter if they're down at your side. Down at your side is a natural position. You don't have to put them behind your back and make yourself look narrow. And I just looked at the replay for that first goal, and Eric Dyer has his arms. He's so narrow the way he has his arm wrapped behind his back. And he's just turning and looking at the ball going into the top corner. And Lloris has no chance. And I'm wondering, just go out and close him down. Like, you know what I mean?
Because even in that position, like, you're outside the box. If you hit your arm, you're giving away a free kick.
Yeah.
Possible yellow card maybe. But when you're inside the box, make sure you tuck your hands in. When you're outside the box, try and make yourself look big, especially for a guy like Ronaldo, who we know can hit them from that distance,
Yeah, but it's weird the way at the moment central defenders, when guys are picking up balls just outside the 18-yard box, they're backing off and saying, "Yeah, go have a pop and test that keeper." We've seen it in the Inter Milan game with Van Dijk as well, with Lautaro Martinez, and he's going, "Yeah, just have a pop there," and the next thing, boom, and
it's just set up noisy for him top corner,
right in top corner, and it just seems to be something that's developing with central defenders. They're absolutely planking it about VAR at the moment.
It's and listen, there was 2 penalty incidents. And the first one, I want to give him anyway. The proximity of where the ball came from, Dyer's arms are by his side, they're in a natural position. And the second one, obviously, Tellez, his arm is out in an unnatural position. And if you look at the replay, his arm is actually going towards the ball, and it's stopping it to get the direction of the ball. And but for me, in that position, I know we'll talk about it now, but I think Sancho should have been a lot stronger on the back line as he was. He let the Spurs player go by him way too easily to get into that position to get the crossing.
Heck of a penalty as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's one of those. The hay goes the right way, but there's no stopping that. There's power and placement, and Kane's excellent at that.
Yeah. So then, just before half time, then 38 minutes in, then Ronaldo pops up then with a header. One of his.
Yeah, well, even the second goal, our second goal, in the first, I thought was against the run of play. To be honest with you, I think Spurs, after they equalised, they were getting back into it. They create the better chances. So, and obviously Matic with the ball over the top to Sancho, and Sancho squares it to Ronaldo, and it's an easy finish from 6 yards.
Yeah.
I will say I thought Matic was sloppy on the ball at times today. He looked fairly slow on the ball, but it was a great ball over the top. Spurs possibly could look at themselves and go, we play too much of a high line. They were playing a lot deeper before that. They get the equaliser and they probably lose the run of themselves a bit for them few minutes. It's like anything, when you score a goal, it takes you a few minutes to settle back into the game. And lucky enough, we took advantage of that. And we took the opportunity and scored the second.
I was looking at the second one and I was thinking, God, he has to be offside there. And then VAR were looking at it.
Yeah,
it showed 3 of the Spurs player, and I was going, look, he's a mile offside. Yeah. Then when the camera panned out, here's a little Regulon down the bottom there, playing him on
his right leg.
And I was there going, what the hell?
And listen, it was great vision for Matic to show his experience. Like I said, I just thought he was a bit sloppy on the ball at times and a bit slow. Yeah. But like I said, I thought Sancho had a decent game. Apart from that incident I just spoke about, in the lead up to the penalty, I think he had a decent game. We're starting to see, once he get minutes under his belt, he's looking like that player that we bought off Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah. What was your making of? I mean, obviously, then the OG came from Harry Maguire, but you'd kind of like, we've become accustomed now to Harry Maguire making some sort of a mistake at some stage.
I have to kind of defend him a bit though, because as a defender, your natural reaction is to stick your leg out to try block the ball. He doesn't know the player behind him is onside. So from his point, and I've been very critical of Harry Maguire in the past, but for that one, I think, it's unlucky, it's unfortunate, but as a defender, your natural instinct is to stick your leg out, block it. He, like I said, he doesn't know the player behind him's offside, in an offside position, so he has to do that, and it's just unlucky. It goes into the back of the net, and then you're back to square one at 2-2.
Yeah. He can't really catch a break though. Sure, he can't.
No,
just even when he has like a decent game, there's always that one instant that's gonna bite him in the ass, basically.
And I think it was like literally 2 or 3 minutes after we conceded and kicked off again, the ball came up. I think De Gea played the ball out to him, and he ran into the left corner, and he was panicking, because I think it might have been Lucas Moura or someone was coming down his neck.
Yeah, 2 boys were hunting him down.
Yeah, and you could just see he was just drained of confidence, and I think he just put it out for a throw in after that. So
isn't it amazing the difference? Obviously, Ronaldo crops up for the third, and he gets his hat trick and stuff like that, and rightly so. But it's amazing, isn't it? If he hadn't scored that third one and it finished 2-2, you would just have gotten another wave of hate tonight about Harry Maguire. All this kind of thing. But the fact that, and it's sort of the irony of it as well, with all the stories that have been coming out from United about Maguire's camp and Ronaldo's camp, and the two don't see eye to eye, and who should be captain and who shouldn't be captain, and this group and this clique and that clique. And it's Ronaldo who bails his blushes out in the end with the third goal and the hat trick to win it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, for the third goal as well, you have to, if you're a Spurs fan, you're looking at the mark, and it's schoolboy stuff, to let him get a free header just outside the 6-yard box.
Yeah. And one of the greatest headers of the ball ever.
Yeah, exactly. Was it Romero that was marking him? I think he left him for dust and headed it to the top corner.
They were saying, I think it was Matt Doherty actually.
Was it Matt Doherty? Yeah.
Who peeled off him. Yeah, that's what they were saying in the replay.
He didn't have a great game either, did he, Doherty?
Yeah, no, he had a few flashes here and there, but he was kind of anonymous. But I mean, what did you think of Spurs overall? I mean, they kind of flattered a bit to deceive, didn't they? Really, it was kind of the Spursy kind of thing, really.
Yeah, like I said, there was periods in the first half where I thought they were going to take the lead to make it 2-1. Like I said, I think it was Song had a great chance. Kane had the ball; he should have shot at one stage. He tried to lay it off. We blocked it. We got lucky. We cleared it. And there was a few instances like that. And like I said, I felt our second goal probably came against the run play. But again, it's like they tend to implode, don't they, Spurs? You think they're in a game, and then all of a sudden they make things so difficult for themselves.
It's kind of even when they're attacking you, you still feel kind of comfortable, don't you? That kind of way, it's
well, not today. I tell you that. Yeah, no, but I know where you're coming from. But it's just, if Son and Kane aren't on their day, you know, they're going to find goals tough to come across. But like, I know Reguilon has come up one there during the weekend. With the boy they got off Juventus there as well is looking good. But I don't know. It's just so Spurs. Like I said to you, I remember I texted you the other day saying I'm going to go on left field here. I'm going to go for a 4-2 win and then I was thinking Sancho had that chance at the end. Remember Cavani squared it to him, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ.
Here we go.
Yeah, because it was like 40-1 when I was looking at it or something like that. But it's just, you know, if you're a Spurs fan, you're thinking that was an ideal opportunity to take 3 points at Old Trafford, or even a point and still have a few games in hand over us, you know.
Yeah, it was a very open game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but when you look at it, they go and beat City, you know, they beat Everton 4-0, they get beaten by Burnley, and you know, they get knocked out of the FA Cup by Middlesbrough, and then they come to Old Trafford, and let's face it, against our defence, you know, you would fancy yourself against us in a game, no matter if it's home and away, and they just couldn't get over the line, you know. Yeah, but they did look threatened, you know. We backed off them a lot there today, you know, and gave them a lot of opportunities, I felt.
Yeah, I have to say, on the preview with Darren, I was convinced, and I said it on it, that Rashford was going to start, because it's kind of been the situation at United. If you come out and you complain about your situation with the club, they nearly try and rectify it next game.
Yeah,
and I was kind of boiled from that point of view, in terms of, I thought Spurs had a really good chance, because I've seen Rashford there and he has done literally nothing all season, and I was thinking,
and again today.
Yeah, I was thinking there's a passenger there straight away, so that's something they don't have to worry about.
Well, isn't it funny, because him coming out in the press during the week saying he wants more minutes and this, that, and the other, and then he comes out there, he gets, what did he get, 76, 78 minutes or something like that, was it? He came on, and he done absolutely nothing. Like,
it's weird. He's kind of playing as if he's like Pogba winding down his contract, isn't
he? Yeah.
He's playing as if he's about to leave, and I don't know whether that's either a move or something like that, but I think it's just, I think he's going to have to figure out what's going on there, because I mean, the only thing that's in his favor at the moment is there's so many players potentially leaving or on the verge of leaving, so he kind of finds himself in a comfortable position. If let's suppose you get top four, if Ronaldo stays, you know, if Cavani wasn't gone, if Lingard wasn't out of contract, if all these players are out of contract, he'd be so far down the pecking order, it'd be probably time to part ways with him, cash in and upgrade the squad with some of that money.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's strange to see where he is. He's just in, I don't know where he is. He's just in no man's land on the pitch, isn't he? He just doesn't know where he is. Like,
I heard Ralph getting interviewed there on, I think it was Thursday or maybe yesterday, and he said that if the Marcus Rashford shows up, that does show up in training, you know, he'll be back to his best. But he was far from that from today, you know.
Yeah, I think we've seen in the past with football that there's loads of world-class players that are brilliant in training, and they just never make it to the pitch.
Exactly, like so. But I think he changed him. He had him on the left at one stage, and he obviously stayed on the right and stuff, but just doesn't seem comfortable or happy in any position at the minute, you know. Even on the bench.
Doesn't seem interested at all in football.
No,
looks like he looks to me like he needs the summer. He needs to get away from football for a bit and
recharge,
refocus, and figure out what the hell he wants to do. And
there's a few of them though that need to do that as well, isn't there? Like, like we talked about Harry Maguire there, the season he's having. You know, come that last game, Chelsea in May, can't wait to get on holiday for 2 weeks and just reset and just gonna try forget about the kind of media campaign and, you know, and the fans being against them. So we need a lot of players in the right headspace coming at the start of August, you know.
So you're back up into fourth now.
For now, yeah.
For at least 24 hours anyway.
Yeah.
Still in the top four race?
I don't know. Going on some of the previous performances, I'd expect Arsenal to beat Leicester tomorrow. I know it's the big game on Super Sunday, but that would obviously take them back in there with their few games in hand still. You know, we're going to need, it's like anything at this stage of the season, you're going to need a bit of luck over the next few months. You need to take your opportunities, take your 3 points when you can, and hopefully some of the teams around you can falter and make mistakes, and it's a top four race back on then, you know.
Yeah, it was a massive game today on so many levels, not only for the top four race, but I mean, the disappointment of last week was huge, and not having a midweek game to try and get over it quickly, and having to wait nearly a whole week nearly, basically, to take to the pitch again and correct the woes of that, if you like. And then obviously with Atletico on the horizon on Tuesday.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say that, like the confidence we can take from this win today into that Atletico game, knowing that, you know, it's our next, I think it'd be our only game for the next 2 weeks, because I think the week after we're meant to be playing ourselves, wasn't it? And then I think the following week there's an international break, isn't there? I think there's a few international friendlies or whatever. So that Atletico game be like, you know, last game for 2 weeks. We're coming in off a good win today against Spurs. So and Cavani getting minutes under his belt. Me and Daz have talked about that. That's vital. I think he'll have a big part to play on Tuesday night, even coming off the bench, you know.
Yeah. You were supposed to be playing us next weekend, but we're away to Forest in the FA Cup.
FA Cup, yeah.
So that's what that is. So
happy some
it should be fun.
It's listen, for you, it's like it'd be a tricky enough time, won't it? You know. And obviously we can't forget the memories of a Nottingham Forest Liverpool FA Cup game. You know, there'll be a lot of memories there and a lot of emotions brought back to the surface as well.
Yeah, and the fact that we're just kind of workman-like at the moment, we're not actually playing great football, to be honest. We're getting results and we're getting through games.
Yeah,
we're not actually playing that well.
Well, listen, I think there's a lot of teams in the league doing that as well, because, you know, it's not just yourselves.
Well, City have been doing it as well. You know what I mean? City have had a lot of games this season where they've won 2-1s and 3-2s and 1-0s and stuff, where they've just had to kind of grind through it and stuff like that. No, but it's and obviously being at Brighton today, it's a tough place to go to as well with Potter coaching and stuff like that. But sure, let's get into player ratings. David De Gea.
I'd give him a 6. He, you know, didn't really do too much wrong.
Very little to do, but solid enough for his set pieces. Diogo Dalot.
I'd give him a 5. You know, average score. Didn't really do too much, did he?
I would have given him a bit higher. I think he was solid enough. I mean, I don't think he imposed himself enough on the game, but I think it was kind of United's tactics was that way, was to like give up the ball a little bit to Spurs at times.
The one gripe I would have with him was he got the ball in the 93rd minute of the pitch, and it was just like, just play it into the corner or play it safe. And he tried to pass it inside into the middle of midfield, and he passed it straight to a Spurs player, which set a counter attack on then. So that'd be my only gripe to kind of say. Otherwise I probably would have given him a 6, but I marked him down on that, you know.
Rafael Varane.
I would have given him a 6.
Jeez, you're tough today, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're tough. You're coming off a reasonable win there and 3 points, and you're still sticking it in. I would have given him a 7 today. I thought he was really, really good today. I thought by and large he kept Kane reasonably quick.
He did. There were times that when Spurs had the ball, we were backing off a lot. You know, I thought just go out and win it. But I give him a 6. I give him a 6.
Harry Maguire.
I give him a 4.
That's very low now. You're after being defending them there, saying that's the natural way to throw your leg for that OG, and now you're pinning him on it. Look.
No, he got caught out a few times in possession, which he doesn't look comfortable on the ball for me. So that's why I'm giving him that.
You're a tough taskmaster, I tell you. Alex Telles.
6.
Yeah, that seems fair enough for Alex. The handball and stuff like that. Fred.
I'm gonna give Fred an 8.
Good show.
I'm giving him an 8.
Yeah, the flick for the first goal was real Brazilian-esque, wasn't it? It was Fred back to Shakhtar Donetsk days.
Yeah, it was, and like there was times in the first half where it was him, Ronaldo, and Sancho in a little triangle doing one touch passes and movement, but not only that, he was covering at the back as well. Like we've talked on the show about his engine, and he just showed his quality there today. And listen, I've been a critic of him before. But I've always said that he'll put in a workman's performance, but he's doing those little added extras now. So definitely an 8. And like I said, if it wasn't for Ronaldo and the hat-trick, he probably would have been man of the match today.
Yeah, I think every time I've seen him on the ball today, I just had visions of Darren at home with a big, huge smile on Dazzler's face. Like, going, I told you also.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
Nemanja Matic.
I'd give him a 6.
Okay, I thought he was decent today. I thought at times he was a bit unlucky, but at times I thought he did a good job of screening the back four.
Yeah, he did. He in the first half he got caught in possession, which nearly led to a Spurs goal. And in the and now listen, I know his age and all, but he just looked a bit slow in the second half then towards before coming off at the end. So I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, though beautiful ball through to Sancho for United second goal.
Yeah, it was a great ball.
Beautiful ball as well. Yeah, I think the one thing they say about him is it's a pity you didn't have him 5-6 years ago.
Yeah,
Would have been
before
huge.
Chelsea got him.
This is obviously a tough one for you, Marcus Rashford.
We're gonna go 5.
5. Yeah. Didn't really kind of do anything of relevance really.
No.
Paul Pogba with that slick new shiny
haircut,
hairstyle.
Probably from having that agent, he's losing all his hair. To be honest with you, do you know, I'm gonna give him a 5 as well. I thought, he didn't really do anything special today, did he? He looks. He's back to his old self. He looks lethargic on the ball at times, and again, he was caught in possession a few times.
I thought a couple of times in the match today he broke up a few counter attacks and stuff like that when Hallberg picked up the ball in midfield and stuff like that. He kind of got stuck into him a little bit. Now I know it kind of came across as looking a little bit sloppy and stuff like that and giving away fouls. But I think he was kind of trying to do a clever job in there of breaking up counter attacks and stuff like that. But
yeah, he did. He took him for he took him for the team at the end. Remember, Kane picked up the ball and he looked like he was going to pass it out, or he could have had a shot and he caught him in the heel and took the yellow card for the team. So, but like I said, for Paul Pogba in the game, he should have seen the ball an awful lot more. So yeah, he just looked lethargic, so I'll give him a 5.
I just felt that it probably, as a game, it didn't probably set up for him, because I think you were quite comfortable not being in possession. I think you were happy to offer the ball up to them to see what they were about and stuff like that. So, Jadon Sancho?
Sancho, I'll go 7. Because obviously he got the assist. Like I said, the one thing that kind of annoyed me a little bit, he should have been a lot stronger in the tackle that led to penalty. So
tracking back. Yeah, absolutely. Ronaldo?
I'm gonna give him a 9. You gotta give him a 9.
You can't score a hat trick like that. I'm not getting at least a 9 out of it.
And listen, there was 1 or 2 times we seen that ball. I think it was it Sancho or Fred played up to him, and he was the only player up there, and he took a shot, got on target. Listen, of a man of 37, that's all you can ask from is to test the keeper out, especially when he's up there in his own,
Just the one he got out wide right, is it? And he went for near post.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, there's nothing else you can do there, and obviously there wasn't a United player within 20 yards of him, so he had to. But listen, they could have went into Rosette. At least he got it on target and tested the reach. That's all you can ask for. So, but yeah, annoying.
Alanga came on for Rashford.
Yeah, I give him a 6. He got the ball a few times, and he especially at the end, he got the ball. He played a nice ball up to Cavani, that led to, I think, remember Cavani cross it off to Sancho then. So, but yeah, he done decent. He's one of those for the future, isn't he?
Yeah, with him as well, he'll track back.
Yeah, exactly.
So at least you're getting work rate out of him as well.
Exactly.
Cavani came on for Matic on 80.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6 again. Just he was involved in a few things, especially in injury time there. So for the 12 to 14 minutes that he was on, he got a good few touches on the ball. There was a time he had the ball near the corner. He just put his foot through it to get it up to the field near the end. So that was a bit of experience in him as well. So I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, Lindelof, we won't give a rating to. He only got about 8 minutes, I think. And he was replacing Ronaldo. So rate him.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Ralph just wanted to shut up shop at that stage, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. So, overall, a real good performance by Ronaldo. A decent performance by the team. Good to be back to winning ways. It'll shake up the top 4 no doubt. What you thinking then going into Tuesday?
Yeah, I've actually a good feeling about Tuesday. I think we've improved slightly since the first leg in terms of, listen, we've had McTominay missing, obviously Bruno today, Ronaldo missing, so we've had some injuries, illnesses and stuff like that. But we've gotten a result today. We obviously, listen, we won't go into last week because that was just, you're playing one of the best teams in the world. So, but no, I fancy, listen, under the lights, Champions League, Tuesday night, let's go. Knowing, listen, this is realistically our only chance of the trophy this season. If we go on and win this, you're looking at an automatic place next season, isn't it? So, I think we'll go hell for leather, and I think we'll get a win over the line.
Yeah.
Boy, an odd goal.
I suppose we didn't bring up Bruno missing today. I thought your movement through midfield and your movement from the back through midfield to the front, I thought it was a little bit more slicker with Bruno not being there.
Yeah, no, there's times even like I spoke about there where you had Fred, Sancho, Ronaldo in that little triangle. A lot of the time when Bruno gets the ball, he does look for that diagonal pass. A lot of the time. I think
Don't you get the feeling with him at times though he wants to hang on to it a bit, doesn't he?
He does, and obviously that puts pressure on the players around him. And you know, there are a lot of times where he's trying to find space that's not there because Ronaldo's making different runs and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But obviously, listen, if you're any club around the place, you're gonna miss someone like Bruno in your team for a few games. Obviously, we were lucky today with the win, so hopefully he'll be back for Tuesday because he'll be a big player against Atletico, no doubt.
It was mad the way we've spoken in the past about sometimes himself and Ronaldo take up the same space, the same room.
Yeah.
And it was mad when he's not there today. Of course, Ronaldo flashes up and gets a hat trick. You know what I mean? So it's mad to think of it that way. Yeah, but I mean, Tuesday's going to be a massive game, and look, sure, every game from now till May is going to be a massive game.
Yeah, I think for a lot of clubs there in the league, top to bottom, between now and May.
It'll be interesting with both our clubs to see have we put adequate pressure on the teams that we're chasing. I mean, City are obviously away to Palace on Monday, and obviously Arsenal are at home to Leicester tomorrow. Yeah. So if Arsenal were to mess up there, it throws things a little bit more open, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, you kind of look the way Leicester have been playing with fancy an Arsenal win, but I think Monday, Palace, that'd be a tricky game for City. Hopefully. That will be a tricky game. I'm not just saying that they've managed to be a kind of banana skin of a team for them. They bet them in the Etihad a few times. Obviously, going to Selhurst Park, it's a tough place to go, especially in the evening time, as Liverpool fans would allude to. So
I know. Well.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean. So it is going to be Vieira will know them very, very well. So
Palace are playing well as well. They gave us a tough game there a few weeks ago as well.
Exactly. Listen, your man Conor Gallagher, there's Zaha, your man that Edward that they got off Celtic can do a job as well. So they've plenty of players there that can score goals and stuff. It's just do they have enough at the back to contain City? That'd be the question.
And then Wednesday, of course, you'll have to throw your Liverpool shirt on, won't you? Because we're playing Arsenal on Wednesday. That's the catch-up game. So, I mean, that'd be interesting now if like Leicester were to do the business tomorrow, and then we were to beat Arsenal on Wednesday. Then it's wide open.
Yeah, definitely
really wide open.
Absolutely, especially like I say, going into that international break then as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kind of a mental thing where you're going in and going, right, we're after losing the last two games and the teams around us are catching up on us. So
and it's going to be a while before we can rectify it.
Exactly, yeah. So that will play a lot on people's minds.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, pleasure having you on. Thanks for coming on to do the reaction to player ratings. Certainly a much easier show to do than the previous ones.
Yeah, definitely.
I did do a good preview with Darren, but Darren also alluded to the fact that he had a feeling United would pick up the win today. And I'm sure he's absolutely stoked about how Fred played. No doubt on the Monday matchup we'll hear from him, and he'd be absolutely gloating about the stuff he spoke about. Right. He was hitting me up in the WhatsApp group as well. He was talking about he's a big advocate of in-swinging corners, not out-swingers. And he says, he was messaging me saying, get on to Ben there straight away. Ask him, what did he think of those in-swingers?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind Tellez has a good left foot for it as well, because there was one just before that got to the back post and no one made a move into it, which could have led to a goal as well. So, no, that's absolutely spot on.
He's spot on at the moment. Well, this has been your Stretford Sessions match reaction. Man United 3, Tottenham 2. And the top 4 race is back on, baby. Till next time, cool. It was a pleasure.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for being on.